The other day I was cutting my lunch and I was using a plastic knife and a plastic fork. I was trying to cut into this piece of chicken, and once I cut through it, I felt a pain in my finger, and I looked down and I realized I just cut myself with a disposable plastic knife. And, and I thought, my God, I just lost my man card forever. It still hurts. Welcome to Rumble Book Club. I'm your host, Michael Hernandez, and this is the show where a normal guy like me can talk about interesting books I've read, old and new, good and bad. So if you like the show, you like the content, you like the books that I talk about, or maybe you just like hearing English from an idiot, well, you've come to the right place. You can follow me on Twitter and Parler and TikTok, and you can also subscribe right down below on YouTube and Rumble. But more importantly, be a part of the conversation, share these videos with your friends, and comment also down below. Let me know if there's any books you want me to read. Let me know if there's any feedback you want to give on these videos, and be a part of the discussion. I'm dying. Alright, today we're going to take a look at a notorious book. It gained a lot of notoriety, especially when the premiere movie came out starring Edward Norton and Anthony Hopkins. Today we're going to take a look at The Red Dragon by Thomas Harris. So this book is part of what people refer to as the Hannibal Lecter series, which covers a series of different crimes and investigations in which a serial killer, Hannibal Lecter, is involved either directly or through consultation with that particular case and that story. Let's get into our three-part criteria of the book, starting with the aesthetics. So taking a look here, what I have here is a reprint. I believe the book was initially written in the 80s, mid-80s. This is a reprint from 2000. It's very well done, albeit a tiny bit flashy. Usually when there's like bright, shining gold, I'm generally not a fan. It's got this blood red faux leather cover with the main dragon. That's the constant theme in the book and the inspiration of the serial killer. Front and center right there, you've got the title, the author. There's some small print on the top and bottom in white, but it's not too distracting there. So as far as the cover goes, very solid 8 out of 10. Let's look at the readability. Harris's style is very straightforward. I'm going to counter him to another popular fiction writer, Stephen King. They're very different in their styles. Harris in particular, he doesn't embellish much on the scenery or extra characters. If it's not crucial to the plot, he's not wasting any time on the setting or anything extracurricular. His writing can get a little hard to understand due to the sporadic thinking of the killer, which seems to be torn, the killer, between this monster and victim mentality. So a little background, Harris has a lot of experience covering actual crimes as an actual beat writer. He's covered a lot of crime cases, so there is a lot of technical jargon and terms and dialogue between bureau specialists and police personnel. So a lot of that can kind of go over your head if you're just kind of glazing through it. You actually do need a little bit of scrutiny as you're reading this dialogue. There are certain parts of the book where all you're looking at is dialogue between two experienced seasoned cops, and some of the lingo might go over your head unless you really understand the context of the scenario. As far as physically, you have slightly off-white pages with very clear and large font, good margins, quick chapters. So overall, as far as readability, very solid, 7 out of 10. Now let's look at the content. So the story is about Special Agent Graham, a former FBI agent who is retired down in Florida with his wife and stepson. He's approached by FBI Agent Crawford, an old friend and colleague, to help on a case involving a serial killer who viciously murdered 2 families in Alabama and Georgia. For Crawford, the clock is really ticking because the killer is following a lunar cycle, so he's very motivated to get Graham back on the case. Now, Graham is hesitant to engage because he's had multiple run-ins with serial killers in the past with his line of work with the FBI that have left him both mentally and physically scarred. His most notable encounter is from the famed cannibal serial killer Hannibal Lecter, who stabbed him in an altercation and caused him to be hospitalized, and that really triggered his full-blown retirement. But his unique ability of imagination and his ability to put himself in the killer's shoes makes his help absolutely essential to Agent Crawford. So because of this, he is thrust back into the life of an FBI agent. He has to leave his wife and stepson, and he has to go track down this killer who is both cold and calculating on one end while also being tormented by this inner demon that he calls the Red Dragon, which was inspired by this beautiful painting and also haunting painting by the author and poet William Blake. The story moves quickly, it keeps you engaged throughout, and you actually even learn a little bit about police procedures and tactics and a little bit about what it was like to try and piece together a case and solve it back in the days before we had the power of internet. You see a lot of courier work, faxes, and carbon prints and stuff like that might be a little outdated, but it's interesting to see how they pieced together a crime back in the 1980s. It's a great read as far as the content goes. It's a perfect 10 out of 10 for me. I found this book at Half Price Books. You could probably find, maybe not this exact same copy, but maybe a newer printing at a place like Barnes & Noble or Books A Million. You could also search your secondhand stores, thrift stores, just find it as well. And if worse comes to worse, you can check Amazon and eBay for it, like always. It's a great read. I highly recommend it. It's very riveting. The book is The Red Dragon by Thomas Harris. Go out and get yourself a copy. Thanks for watching, everybody, and go read something.